Today, I'm going to tell you a way you can put money aside for your child, $150 to $200 a month, paid off by the time they're 20 years old, and they're going to be a millionaire in cash accumulation, tax-free income by the age of around 60. So basically, you're creating a retirement plan for your child. They'll have more than 100,000 a year that they can take out in later in life. So this is a fantastic deal. So what is the problem? The problem is it's expensive, right? Everything's more expensive these days. Childcare, housing, with the inflation cost, you put money aside for your child's college. It's just anything you can do to help in this category. So what is the solution? The solution is basically you're buying a policy. It's like a life insurance policy for your child. And you can start when they're a baby. In fact, the best time to start is when they're a baby. And the money that grows is tax free. So basically, you accumulate cash value. You put money aside when they're young. They don't have to be babies. They can be, let's say, 10 years old. The earlier, the better, because it builds. So with compound interest, it's all about compound interest. So what that means basically is you put money aside and it grows over a period of time, and the money that grows again and grows again. So let's say you put $200 a month aside for your child is 6 months old. By the age of 20, the policy is totally paid off. They have cash accumulation already. They can even take some out and use it themselves when they need it at that, in the early ages of 20 to 25, they can take some money out. The rest they leave in, and they're going to have $1 million value by the time they're 60. It's unbelievable. So that basically, like I said, $200 a month for 20 years, that's $48,000. But the policy, because of cash accumulation, tax-free, is going to be it's going to be $1 million. So what's the risk? Actually, there is no risk. There's no stock market risk. Like I have 401k. If I want to use, later, if I want to use it, that's fine. But what happens every year? It goes down, it goes up. It went down really badly a few years ago. If I needed it then, that would be a disaster. This plan, zero. It will never go below zero. The lowest, if the stock market crashes, it will go down to say like 0.25%. In other words, you will never lose your money. It's very flexible. So compared to a 401k that I mentioned before, 401ks, you have to be 59 and a half years old to get the money out, or you'll pay a penalty. These plans, they're called IUL, Index Universal Life, juvenile policy. The coverage is for life, but you not just thinking about death benefits, but living benefits. You can take some of the money out as needed if you have a serious illness. And that starts when your child is young. So you hate to think about it, but what if something does happen to your child? They will cover like accidents, major accidents, it will cover cancer, and you can take the money out for that. And like I said, it's tax-free, right? So one more thing to think about is when you put money aside for college for your kids, a lot of people have what they call 529 plans, basically tax deferred way, save money for your kids' college. And when they use the money, they don't have to pay tax on that part. Well, guess what? 529 plans, you have to use it for college. What if your child doesn't want to go to college? The money that you put aside in this plan, the IUL, can be used for anything. So you can take the money out for anything that they want to do, that's not restricted like 529 for education. Also, 529 plans, they only cover United States. So if your child has a brilliant idea of studying in Madrid, then you could pay for that through your IUL plan. You put money aside and the money grew. But 529 plan, nope, can't do that. Also, FAFSA, I know a lot of parents know what FAFSA is. It's an application you do when you go to college to try to get additional funds for your kid, such as a grant, scholarship. Problem is, if you're making too much money, quote unquote, too much money, like a lot of middle class people are, FAFSA kind of throws you out of the system, says, no, you don't need this money from the government. But life insurance is different. FAFSA doesn't ask if you have life insurance. So if you have a great plan for your kid, for your child, it's not going to be used against you like your income and other assets you have. FAFSA won't look at your life insurance. Also, what if you have the 529 plan and then the time just when you want to use it, the stock market goes down? The money you put aside actually went down in the last year or two, and now you really need it. That's really frustrating, and it happens, can happen easily. Like I said, you won't ever lose money in this kind of a plan, the IUL juvenile policy. You cannot lose your money. Okay, so what's next? Really, the first thing is you have to make sure you have life insurance yourself. Every parent, everybody should have life insurance. And if you're the parent of a child, you want to cover yourself first, because if something happens to you, but then get the juvenile policy for your child. Because one thing they can do that you can't is their money grows when they're a child, and it just grows and grows and grows. And that's why they become like more or less wealthy by the time they're 60. You don't need any medical exam for your child. It's fast, it's easy, it's a great gift. If you're a grandparent, think about this. So I would do it. My name is Martin Guaglione. I'm a licensed insurance professional and a realtor in Las Vegas. Contact me. Thank you. Bye.